Well, hey everyone. A couple months ago, we had a mutual friend that asked me a question that's kind of stuck with me ever since, and it is, are we, as a church, talking to the kids, the ones that don't maybe fit into societal norms, whatever that kind of might look like, and letting them know that God has a plan for them, that they too are God's workmanship. And that's really been kind of the reason we started the way that we did, with identity and focusing on that we are God's masterpiece. And so last week we did this video that we shared that we talked about our weaknesses and how we've turned them into strengths. And because we're God's workmanship, that He can use even our weaknesses for that. And we all have weaknesses, all of us. And we asked you to share some of yours in the comments. But what about our kids? Sometimes we don't like talking about the weaknesses in our kids because we don't like to focus on the negative. Sometimes our kids drive us crazy in different ways, or maybe we're afraid about how they might fit in.
I think that's probably the biggest thing that parents worry about, because we never know if we're doing it right. And we see the negative in our child because we want to be so perfect. But we're not called to be perfect, we're called to be obedient. And then as God gives us those gifts of our children, we are asked to nurture them and to get them so grounded in Christ that that foundation is so firm that they know their identity belongs in Christ to God. And sometimes I think we look at that negative in our kid and we're like, oh, I don't know what to do with it. Maybe the coach will be able to fix that. Oh, maybe the school teacher can handle this, and maybe they're going to outgrow it. But I think as an educator, communication is so important, that you need to have that conversation with your kid from the very beginning, that God created you like this. Yeah, you've got a big heart. You have lots of tears, but God made you that way. So we're going to learn how to mold it, and it's the parent's job to mold. I don't want the coach to do it. The coach can help, but I need to teach them about God. I need to teach them about Jesus and that firm foundation, and that there is not a mistake. You are so right, no mistake. But the way they are made is the way that God did on purpose for the job that He wants them to do here. Because you're made on purpose, with a job. There isn't a mistake.
Yeah. And so the question becomes, are we as parents being intentional about talking to our kids and telling them you are God's masterpiece and you have been created to do great things? So that's our challenge. As parents, for all of us, listen, parenting is hard. It's really hard. It's one of the hardest things you can do or have to do sometimes. And nobody's perfect. And so, we do these to kind of try to help you out and connect with you and maybe give you some ideas how you can talk into your child's life and give them these truths from the Bible. So, hey, we want to hear from you in the comments, and we want to hear from you in person too. If there's ever a way that we can help you as a Family Life staff, we'd love to help you. For now, have a great week.